has just waved in the NASRA Clash. Welcome to coverage on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. We had some technical difficulties working on getting on the air, but we are finally at the drop of the green flag, just a couple of laps into this race. William Tiller, I'm Wesley Outland, and I'll tell you what, a 50-lap race, William Tiller, that's all it is to kind of set the stage for the upcoming third season of the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series at Twin Ring Motegi in Japan, where we're at tonight on the virtual iRacing simulator. And right now, Hendrickson is the leader, back to one.
Yeah, the drivers definitely rack up those air miles traveling to Japan here tonight, but a way to kick off this season as we ride on board with Joey Doucette here in this 16 machine. And I gotta say, Wesley, this is my first time here at this track. It is a beautiful racetrack, this long backstretch here into 3 and 4.
And right now, we already got a quick caution coming out over the speedway. A couple of laps into this thing now, with the yellow flag will come out. That'll put out our first Serve Pro caution of the race, as we'll find what happened here on the pole instant replay. Thanks for those that are jumping online, joining us now via Facebook and YouTube. We can tell you what happened here is right now we'll set up what gone on to put us under our first caution here for tonight's event. 50 laps to distance, no stages, and of course 100% fuel capacity and no fast repairs as usual for this series. Here's a look again at what happened is getting turned down the back straightaway, the number 44 machine. And, of course, that is the driver of Dana Shepard going around. Quickly putting us under caution here for the first time in this race. Fire, water, cleanup, and restoration. Serve Pro has you covered. Go to a Serve Pro location near you today to find out how they can assist you in all of your, of course, needs in the restoration cleanup industry. Cole Hendrickson is the leader of the 101 Toyota right now in the early going. Joey Doucette is in the second spot. Steve Barnett third. Adam Newbert, the inaugural series champion out of Tacoma, Georgia, in fourth. Jacob Reeves right now sitting in the top 5. And, of course, again, this is a 50-lap race. Obviously, just a, if you will, a sprint, if you will, William Tiller, to set the stage for the duels at Daytona next week. They qualified earlier tonight to set the lineup for the duels. And then, of course, we'll have the duels at Daytona next Monday night. And then we go right back into season number 3 of the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series season on Monday nights here on Mondays. Right now, Twin Ring Motegi, where we're at. And obviously, you see some of the new bells and gadgets and whistles, new scoring telemetry, and some of the graphics are new. And obviously, William, we're seeing Cole Hendrickson really show his strengths right now in that 101 machine.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They're leading the way, has the fastest lap time of the race so far with a 36.5. But he's definitely got some competition up here. It's definitely with the likes of the Joker or Joey Doucette, Steve Barnett, Adam Newbert, the money man. You just talked about him, Jake Reeves. You know, I love this race here tonight. You get to really see some of those new names mingle with some of those old names here in this series. And I'm also looking at the full schedule now of Jake Reeves in that 57. Watch him here in this race, making big splashes, 50-lap race. It's the time where you can really hammer that gas pedal to the floor.
Ready to see if the field will get the one-to-go indication here around the track this time by. So Joey Doucette and, again, Cole Hendrickson front row. Steve Barnett, Adam Newbert. Reeves, as we mentioned, top 5. Then it's going to be Adam Lechty, followed by Hunter Parsons, Adam Newton, Stephen Gregory, and Lance Miller. The top 10, the scoring telemetry going down there on the ticker to your upper left. And right now, the 02, I think somebody was asking in the chat where the 02 truck is, and that is the driver of Adam G. Johnson. His Ford currently is in 22nd, row 11, when we get ready to bunch them back up for a green flag restart, which it looks like we'll be ready to do that here this time by, William.
Yeah, I can't wait to get this thing rocking and rolling once again as that Serve Pro caution flag is just about to wrap up here. And this is going to be the second season we've had Serve Pro on board. Like we like to say here, don't sweat the mess. Call Serve Pro today for all your cleanup and restoration needs. And We saw a lot of that Surf Pro caution flag last season, Wesley, and I'm sort of expecting the same thing this season. But here at the Twin Ring, as we expect there to be fireworks, only one caution so far.
Yeah, I believe this is the first time that the NASRA series has ever ran at the Twin Ring Motegi of Japan, and they're going to stay under the caution. Obviously, going to come to the line, maybe try to get the one-to-go indication this time by, as the lights will finally go off on the pace truck. We'll get ready to set them up 2 by 2 for the restart. 6 laps in, caution laps do count, 50 laps of distance. Again, no fast repairs given, 100% fuel capacity. They also will not have to worry about stage breaks like usually the other races in distance have. This is a sprint. This is a 50-lap race, obviously. If you remember the duel last year, or the NASRA duel dash race, if you will, the NASRA Clash, I meant to say, was actually at the Nashville Super Speedway last year. So now we'll kind of see where things go here at Twin Ring Motegi. First time for these guys in this series to run this track. It's just shy of over a mile, and should be exciting for sure as we get ready to settle them back for the restart. And again, Cole Henriksen and Joey Doucette will be on the front row as they get ready to come back into turn number 3 for a restart, William.
Oh, it's going to be an eager restart. Guys are going to be pushing all over the racetrack, battling for positions. These laps are going to tick by quick once these green flag runs start to build up. Watch here on the restart as we watch that pace truck pull off. About to get things rocking and rolling once again here at Motegi.
Back inside the Geico restart zone, here comes the cavalry in their kaleidoscope of colors, sending them off back into turn number 1 and 2. Green flag will fly down the front straightaway. They'll funnel back out into the corner. It's Cole Henriksen. He'll get a big jump over Barnett now to second. Doucette will fall back to third. Newbern and Reeves now battle for the top 5 as they work off 2.
Off of 2, we go down the backstretch. You see the top 2 trucks separate. You see Jake Reeves in the 57 machine. He's going to fall behind Adam Newbert in that 4. It's good to see the money man back here in this series. He's side by side with the Joker, but we got a pop up happening behind them, Wesley, as we come off of 4.
All these drivers looking inside and outside as they climb up the top of the safer barrier down the front straightaway here at Twin Ring Motegi. Right now, Henriksen is the man that leads the way. Here goes a shot at Parsons. This is now the 15 machine. Hunter Parsons trying to get to Jacob Reeves' back door. They're trying to close in on Doucette. All this goes on again as they work off 2.
Jake Reeves on the high side of the racetrack, down the backstretch, side by side there with the 15 of Hunter Parsons. This is great to see. The 57 now running a full-time schedule here in this series. Joey Doucette in this 16 right in front of them as those swap spots, Wesley. Now the 57 on the high side. You see the 15 on the low side of the racetrack. They're side by side here down the front stretch. As I mentioned, we're already 10 laps into 1.
Another lap in here right now. 40 laps to go again, as we mentioned in the NASRA Clash here at the Twin Ring Motegi Season 3 for the DSR Electric Truck Series. We had a recruitment race last Monday night. A wild one at Talladega. Now we settle in here for the regular schedule, including the NASRA Clash, the duels at Daytona next week, and then 2 weeks' time, the big Daytona 250-miler here at the Virtual World Center of Racing. But right now, the leaders work off of turn number 4. It is still Cole Henriksen leading the cavalry. They're right now the top 10 or so single file as they stack back out now, back into turn number 1.
Single file all the way on the top side of the grid, but there are battles all the way around the racetrack. You see Lance Miller in that 21 machine, last season finalist, trying to come in strong here to kick things off. You also watch Justin White in this mix. Stephen Thomas in the 77, new number for Stephen Thomas in that 77 machine. This is all happening just outside of the top 10. This is for top 15 on the racetrack.
All this happening now as they work their way around the corner, putting now lap number 11 on the board. Right now, 1/5 of the way through. As one caution flag kind of slowed things down on the start of things, right around lap number 6 and 7, or actually lap number 3, my apologies. And then it took 4 or 5 laps under caution to get back going back again. But right now, at full song, here they come. There's the 23 machine. That's Joey Stiers. New colors on that truck. He's trying to pull in up under the back end of the tailgate. Robert Richards as well as Adam Newton. All this going on now as they pull up in front of Miller's truck out of 4.
Yeah, you're getting all sorts of new scopes at the new numbers, new paint schemes right there in that pack. Will jump up just a little bit, though. We have a side-by-side battle for position as the 23 machine of Joey Steyer is now looking to the inside, trying to follow up there. But we'll jump back up here. There's Joey Doucette, 4 spots. There's battles all over the racetrack here on lap 13.
Yeah, great action going on here now as they work their way back down the back straightaway. Got one Bonzian losing control on the back straightaway. I think he was able to stay at the apron of the racetrack and stay on the flat part. I believe it was that orange truck. He's back going again. We'll stay green flag. Here comes the field. Working now off of turn number 4. Thought about going 3 wide for just a minute. All this going on now as they're slicing and dicing from the outside to the bottom lane, and they work back to 1.
Yeah, big moves heading into corner number 1. Driver slicing and dicing all over the racetrack. Over driver to the high side of the racetrack here at Twing Ring. All sorts of new colors, new paint schemes all over the place. We watch Adam Newton in that 19. You see him now rocking an orange paint scheme here in this series down the backstretch. You also see the 3 in the mix back there as well. That's Chris Cinnamon in that 3.
All this going on now with Cole Henriksen still the man leading the way. This time by, they'll come to the line. It'll be 15 laps of 50 on the board. Happening back into the corner. It's Henriksen, it's Barnett, it's Doucette, it's Newbert. Now we see a great battle heated up now between the number 3 truck going on the inside of the racetrack. This all happening about outside the top 20, if you will, as we're watching Chris Cinnamon, Fred Lester. They're going at it in the top 20. Correction as all this happens. Back off the corner out of turn number 4. Steve Barnett, there you see the second place man. Used to be 42, if you will, William Tiller. New number, new design on that truck. He's now moved to 2nd, trying to run down Henriksen, the leader, back to 1.
Yeah, folks at home, you're going to learn just with us. There's new numbers, new paint schemes, new drivers here in this series, including the 42, now the 27. Used to be a paint scheme we knew, now a whole new paint scheme, whole new number. But it is the same driver, and he's doing great here tonight, up to 2nd. As you see Adam Newbert there in the 4. Jake Reeves, though, he's under fire from Hunter Parsons in the 15.
Back down the front straightaway, there's Jacob Reeves, the McConey setup shop, number 57 machine. He's right now comfortably in his spot, now battling along with Hunter Parsons in that Toyota down to the inside. All this working now off of turn number 2. And again, everyone just kind of riding and driving now, if you will, in this this clash. 50 laps as right now they sprint their way to turn 3. There's Joey Steyers, the DSR electric machine. New colors, new wrap job on that truck as well for the new season, William, off turn 4.
Yeah, what a rookie season it was, though, for the 23 machine of Joey Steyers. Definitely hit the ground running. He shook some feathers, though, Wesley, but that's sometimes what you got to do to get some race victories as a rookie, or you can get run over. But now coming into his 2nd season here at NASRA, he knows what the expectations are. He knows the style that everybody's used to. He knows that it's checkered flags or bust, race in and race out. I think this season we're going to see big things out of the 23.
Working their way back into the corner. There's again Joey Steyers. That driver now has moved his way into the 10th spot, holding off Robert Richards, Justin White, Stephen Thomas. Everybody, for the most part now, William, is all single file as the cavalry works their way back into the corner out of 1 and 2 to the backstretch.
Just about halfway here in the NASRA 360 Racing Network. 6 laps to go until that halfway marker. As we come off of 2, we're riding on board with Joey Steyers in that 23 machine down the backstretch here in beautiful Japan. The Twing Ring at Motegi into 3 and 4. And I gotta say, Wesley, this is like a supersized New Hampshire, sort of what we're looking at here tonight.
Back across the start-finish line, Cole Henriksen is still the man that leads the way. The interval is 1.15 seconds and growing from Steve Barnett. You're on board now with Hunter Parsons, the driver originally from Green Bay, Wisconsin, now lives in Statesville, North Carolina, just north of Race City, USA, up 77, if you will. And right now, down into the 3rd turn he goes as the driver of the number 101 is the man they're trying to run after, as he works off of turn number 4. Whoa, a little loose there. Watching him come off the turn. He holds it together. And all the while, you've got now Hunter Parsons up to 5th, trying to now run down Adam Newbert in front of him. Adam Lechty now, the 35 machine. He's in the 8th spot. You're on board with him now as he tries to make a run on Stephen Gregory up ahead of those trucks as they hit the backstretch.
Yeah, we're watching the truck slide just a little bit here as we're continuing to ride on board with the 35 machine down the backstretch. He is leading the 19 machine of Adam Newton there for the 8th position. Look around the racetrack, though, Wesley, everything's calmed down just a little bit. Hunter Parsons at 15 looking for a move to get around Adam Newbert in the 4. Joey Doucette just a little bit further back in that 3rd position. But one thing that I'm keeping an eye out for, lap times now starting to increase, tire wear starting to increase as well, as we're just a few laps short of that halfway marker.
Cole Henriksen still the leader. Steve Barnett in the number 2 spot. Joey Doucette is 3rd. Adam Newbert, Hunter Parsons, your top 5. That's the way it goes. As now here comes the 15. Parsons trying to make a run on Adam Newbert. That battle going on now for position as they work off turn number 4 to the start-finish line. A little wiggle there for just a moment by the 4 of Newbert, the series inaugural champion. Now he'll run back down to the outside lane, stays to the bottom as Parsons. He can't clear him yet as they work in the flat off 2.
We stay with this battle here as the 15 machine is on the back bumper of the 4. We look a little bit further down the racetrack, though. We see the 23 machine of Joey Stiers. The 19 machine of Adam Newton is now trying to get around the 61 machine of Stephen Gregory. That's for 8th here on the racetrack. Battle is all over the place now as the 15 continues to apply the pressure on the 4.
Getting ready to close in on the halfway mark as well, and a couple of more laps. All this going on with traffic scattered, littered around the top 10 of the pack, including by Stephen Gregory. Adam Newton finally gets around Gregory for that position. You're watching that on the bottom of the monitor. Here comes now Joey Stiers. Stiers will carry also Robert Richards with him outside the top 10. They're looking for the cross flags this time by when they come to the line. 25 down and 25 to go in the NASRA Clash at Twin Ring Motegi. It is Cole Henriksen leading off of turn 4.
What a performance so far out of Cole Hendrickson, our leader in that 1:01. He can call this Twin Ring 101 as he takes us into 1 as our race leader.
He is the leader as they cross the stripe now. This time by, they'll be looking for the cross flags in this race. 25 down, 25 laps to go right now for the man coming off the corner. In the lead, down the back straightaway by himself, all by his lonesome. The interval now, 2.2 seconds and growing over Steve Barnett, over Joey Doucette. There they are, battling amongst themselves for the bridesmaid spot. They'll come to the cross flags now. 25 down, 25 to go in the NASRA Clash here at Twin Ring Motegi. It is Cole Henriksen, Steve Barnett, Joey Doucette, Adam Newbert, Hunter Parsons, your top 5. The bottom 5, Reeves, Lechty, Richards, Stiers, Gregory. They're back into 2.
Yeah, Justin White just outside of that top 10. He is keeping pace, though. The only truck, though, still on that pace there, Wesley. Other than that, we have battles inside of the top 15 as Adam Johnson, Chris Blanchard, Chris Cinnamon, Steven Thomas all find themselves outside of that top 10 here with 25 laps to go. Some drivers that have lost pace, looking at the likes of Ed Osborne, Raul Meza, Dana Shepard there, 21st, 22nd, 23rd on the racetrack. Laps are ticking down, and Cole is definitely making waves as a rookie.
Thanks for everybody that's joining us on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. It is the NASRA Clash. I'm Wesley Outland. William Tiller is alongside Adam Fligger in the broadcast production. There's Justin White, the Cops Toyota, number 2, outside the top 10. He's in 11th. There you see, of course, some other trucks. And now watching them all wheel and deal here for the second half of the race. There's Stephen Gregory now trying to make a run, if you will, on Stiers and Richards as they work off of turn number 4 back to the line.
Yeah, back to the line here. 23 laps to go in the NASRA Clash here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. It's been quite the performance. The driver that has the fastest lap is leading the race so far. Steve Barnett, good performance in that 27 machine, finds himself in second. And the Joker, once again, Wesley, another top 5, possibly even another podium. This is going to be some sort of record for that 16 Now, as we're counting down the laps in the clash.
Right now, Cole Hendrickson's taking everybody to the woodshed. He's the man that leads the way. There he goes across the line again now. This time it'll be 22 laps to go. The leader of the 101, the triple-digit Toyota, has got a big lead over Barnett. Barnett, strong truck in second. But looking back now, 2.5 seconds on Joey Doucette and more. And all this going on now as they work their way. The 27 machine, Barnett, there's Doucette. There's the battle for second and third. Bill the Masshole, the guy that's asking the question, the 02, Adam Johnson, is outside the top 50. He's outside the top 10. He's in 14th right now, the 02 in that spot. There you see him not really doing much of anything on the racetrack, but except staying out of trouble. Solid top 15, if you will. Time running out, 20 laps to go when they come back to the line. William Tiller and Cole Hendrickson is picking them up and putting them down lap by lap here at Twin Ring Motegi.
Absolutely. What a great performance. Definitely one of those names you need to circle when we hit those short tracks during this season. Those tracks that have those flat corners, just a low degrees of bankings. Those tracks in the likes of New Hampshire when we're heading up there. We also look the likes of Richmond. Short tracks in general. Watch out for the 101 because he is definitely one of those that has been locked in here tonight. 20 laps to go. He is cruising, trying to go wire to wire in the clash.
Had an early caution flag, but that was about it. Since then, it has been a 50-lap battle here in this NASRA clash, and it's been a solid green flag run for about maybe now 27 laps or so. Well, 22 laps or so now, as Cole Hendrickson is still the man leading the way. There you see now, battle for second. That's probably the best one on the racetrack. Steve Barnett, Joey Doucette, Adam Newton, Hunter Parsons, your top five, and they work again off turn 4. Big hello to the animal, Keith Bradley, a former champion on NASRA as they go back to 1.
Yeah, absolutely. The animal watching in here tonight, the Twin Ring at Motegi. Some of his competitors in this race here as we ride on board the 16 machine, the Joker of Joey Doucette. Takes us off the 2 here down the backstretch, 19 laps to go. And I just spoke about it, Wesley. This Joker has been on a run. The results have been there for the 16. He was a finalist in the championship run here last season. In our Monday night series, been racing very, very well there. Top 5s, top 3s here tonight. Even another podium for the 16. So on an incredible hot streak. Definitely off the racetrack, has gone through so much. On the racetrack, though, has been locked in, performing very well.
Bill staying in spot right now. It is everyone in tow, single file, as no one is making a run whatsoever on the Cole Hendrickson machine. There's Adam Newbert from Toccoa, Georgia. DSR Electric Blanchard Zoe, number 4. The inaugural NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series champion. In season number 1, season 2 obviously went to Brady LaBeouf. And now we'll find out who will be crowned in season number 3. No off time. They took 1 off week. They had a recruitment race, so now they're right back to it again 2 weeks later here with the NASRA Clash. Next week will be the duels at Daytona, followed by the big race at Daytona. For 2 weeks, we're at the virtual World Center of Racing in preparation for another 22-race schedule. Quickly on the mend as we got a caution. Yellow flag out over the speedway. Second caution of the race here in the DSR Electric Truck Series NASRA Clash. We'll find out what happened as Adam Flieger is quickly on it. Replays presented by On the Pole. Another Serve Pro caution. Let's find out what happened.
Let's check it out here. And that's just going to be an entanglement of trucks there in 3 and 4. That's Robbie Richards in the 48.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. I believe that's the 82 there. It's going to get the worst of that. You can just get it done. No, that's the
Adam G.
02.
Johnson,
Oh,
actually. Yeah, there's your Bill the Masshole was
cursed.
talking about with him. Yeah.
Oh, no. We spotlighted him. We talked about him, and he gets tangled up here in this race with just about 15 laps to go. The top 15 locked in, was having some fun. Oh, and Wesley, it looked like he was saving it here as we watched this Serve Pro caution flag replay here. And it's just going to be this impact from the 22. Oh, that's hard.
That's Brandon Broadfoot. Brandon Broadfoot into the machine of Adam Johnson. And there you see Johnson's truck tore up. Brandon Broadfoot also. And remember, they do not get a fast repair. They might go on the damage clock for time to possibly try to make some repairs. But you see the Pulse Poppers 22 of Brandon Broadfoot also badly damaged. And look at this. Everybody's coming down pit road. Money stopped with 15 to go. Here at Twin Ring Motegi, even the leaders have all come down the scoring pylon.
Oh, this is that complete reset of the trucks. You throw on a fresh pair of Goodyear Eagles. You get everything rocking and rolling. You got those strategies locked in. Now, there are some guys now already back out on the racetrack. Maybe some guys that only took 2 tires. I'm looking at those pit times here. Looks like everybody about the same pit times across the board. As it looks like our leader will stay the same. Joey Doucette, Steve Barnett, Adam Newbert, Hunter Parsons there here. It's going to be quite the race, 15 laps to go.
Second caution of the race again, and looks like we did see a couple of trucks that did not come down to the pit lane. There's Blanchard in the 9, Ed Osborne, Miller in 21. And we'll see if here comes the rest of the cavalry, led by Hendrickson, who has dominated this race since the drop of the green, and right now he'll follow in tow. These drivers might be taking the wave around.
Yeah, I believe they had headed down pit road just before that caution flag flew.
Yeah. So they're going to wait for the one to go, and they'll take the wave around and bypass the pace truck when they come to the line at the one to go, which could be another lap. It looks like we will stay under caution. You cannot pass the pace vehicle to get your lap back or to go for the wave around until the one to go indication is given. And then William, you can't pit like you said, and then you got to be at max speed by the time you come back around the racetrack, because you got to pull away from the field behind the pace truck, and then you got to make an entire revolution around the racetrack before you're able to tag the rear of the field to get back on the lead lap.
It's just one of those, you get caught right before that caution flag. And you know, Wesley, coming into this clash race here, we got 14 laps to go at Twin Ring at Motegi. I got to say, that is a tongue twister here in the NASRA 360 Racing Network. You know, last year we saw our regular season champion, Tyler Dittmer, didn't go on to win the championship. Of course, we spoke about how Brady LaBeouf won the championship. We saw that in the previous season. We saw Keith Bradley, the Animal, regular season champion. Adam Newbert went on to win that championship. Do you expect the same thing here as we head into this new season with a couple new names and a few guys that if they had a few points go their way, they could have been in that championship 6?
Well, I'll tell you this. I think that Adam Newbert, with his presence of being here, I think that we're going to see him definitely try to come back and repeat his crown from the inaugural season. Obviously, Brady LaBeouf, you know, with what he did in season number 2, it wasn't easy for the 24. Brady LaBeouf not even running this race tonight, as a matter of fact. He decided not to run the NASRA Clash, and obviously it doesn't matter because it's not a it's a non-points event. It's not a point show. It's not going to hurt him. Obviously, he's got to get prepared for the duels at Daytona next week. But with that being said, though, honestly, William, you know, hey, listen, I think that we're seeing new talents that have been coming in from the recruitment races. Cole Hendrickson, Joey Doucette, these are names that I think that definitely you better keep an eye on if they make an intent to want to run for the Season 3 DSR Electric NASRA Championship. They could put themselves in the catbird seat to possibly be contenders to go for the championship. But honestly, this is an exhibition. Still a long way to go before we can even start thinking about the season and what might have been. So, Keith Bradley, to answer your question, Twin Ring Motegi, Twin Ring Motegi, Twin Ring Motegi. To say it 3 times fast, Twin Wing Motegi.
It's a tough one.
If you remember, this was the track after 2 years after Suzuka for NASCAR Thunder. If you remember, they used to run it after the final Cup Series races at Atlanta. They would go to Suzuka, Japan. And then, of course, then they went to Twin Ring Motegi, and we are back to green with 11 laps to go in the NASRA Clash. Down into the corner, 12 to go, excuse me. Back into turn number 1 and 2, and quickly, Cole Hendrickson back to the point. He's been the top dog all night. Barnett, Parsons now up to third. Around Doucette, they work the back stretch.
Absolutely the top dog here in this race, leaving Steve Barnett into the corner. That 27 machine rocking a new paint scheme, a new number. Looks like some new mojo in the cockpit as well as we come off of 4. Here comes Hunter Parsons, though, trying to spoil the party as we're off of the corner. Oh, he brushes the top side wall. It is getting feisty here into 1.
A little concrete dust inside the top 5. They still hold it together. Here comes a battle now going on for 6. Jacob Reeves, Adam Lechty, they're going at it in the turn. Watching intently, Jason Morales in the 1 Toyota, not the number 5. He's in the number 1. He works and watches all this going on as they work into turn 3. He's going to go to the bottom and make the move on the 61 of Gregory to 3.
What a big move out of Chris Cinnamon as well, up 12 spots in this race. Watch out for the Joker, just ahead of Jake Reeves there as they make contact off of 4. Oh my goodness, drivers hitting the top side wall as the Joker, Jake Reeves are side by side into the corner. Watch this battle into 1 though. Hunter Parsons under fire, battles all over the top 5.
It is now a 4-truck battle for the lead with 10 laps to go here in the NASRA class. Henriksen leads the cavalry down the back stretch. Barnett, Parsons, Newbert, they're all in tow. Here comes Gregory, Doucette, and more to go after him into 3.
Who's going to make that move? 10 laps to go here in the NASRA class. Here comes the money man to the low side of the racetrack, trying to push Hunter Parsons out of the way. He does so. Now he's door-to-door down the front stretch into 1. Make it single digits here in the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Watch a battle for 3rd into 1. Nope, the money man won't get that position. Moves up to 3rd off of 2 down the backstretch.
Back off into the turn again. Here they come, working their way off of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Doucette thought he was going to slam it off the wall. Now dives to the inside. Tries to make a move on Reeves. Tries to go after Parsons. Is now the machine of Newbert under attack by the 15. They're trying to go after Barnett. And while that goes on, the cavalry leader, Henriksen's gone out of 4. Coming to the line and 8 to go.
He's trying to get his Holiday Inn Express checkout time with 8 laps to go, trying to figure out which spot has the best sushi here in Japan, because he'll take the field off of 2 with a big lead. Steve Barnett and the money man, they want something to say now. They're chasing him down the backstretch into 3. Cole Hendrickson still leading the way.
Back straightaway into that 3rd turn. Everyone holding it together. Henriksen's still the leader. Barnett now. There's that 2nd spot. Newbert right there in 3rd. Parsons, Reeves, single file. Everyone's there. Doucette down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Oh, no.
He'll dive to the inside and make the move on Reeves for that spot. They're door to door as they flash under the flag stand. He's not backing down as they work 7 to go into 1.
Oh, that's 2 absolute dogs going at it there. The Joker, Joey Doucette in the 16, Jake Reeves in the 57. They'll go side by side off the corner. This is a battle to watch out for all season long. These 2 guys will be top 5 majority of these races. Look at that McConey set up shop on the outside. Joey Doucette in that Robin Doucette Memorial Machine. He'll get the spot from the 57 as we come off of 4.
The big dogs begin to growl, and right now they're coming to the line. It'll be now 6 laps to go, 6 remaining for the man in the number 101, Cole Henriksen, continuing to stay the course and hold on to the lead. Barnett the 2nd, Newbert 3rd, Parsons 4th. Doucette's got a battle behind him. Reeves and Lechty Cinnamon running him down in the top 10 or single file to 3.
Barnett, though, can feel that draft coming off the back bumper of the 101. He has a run. Just has to keep it together. Adam Newbert, though, trying to get the draft coming off the 27. 27 can keep it together. Oh, there's the 4 slides off of 4. That will kill the momentum. It will be a 2-truck battle with 5 laps to go.
Lost that momentum now. Newbert's got to kind of find a way to reel it back in and harness that. Now to the bottom. Here comes now Hunter Parsons. He'll go driver left to the inside if they work off 2. Doucette now watching intently this go on for 3rd and 4th. Now they'll get back single file. Now Reeves got a shot on Doucette. He can't pull the trigger. They stay single file to 3.
And Adam Newbert's still on the back bumper. Oh, no! He gets a 15 loose. 15 sideways. Comes back up the racetrack. Makes contact with the 4. 15 in the wall. Cautions out. 5 laps to go.
Newbert gets into the 15. Hunter Parsons into the safer barrier. Caution out now with 4 laps to go here at Twin Ring Motegi. And we should probably be looking at overtime.
Wow.
Man.
And for Cole Hendrickson, not what he wanted to see on the racetrack as he was beginning to check out with this race victory. And that's just tough. I believe from what I see here on that serve pro caution flag instant replay is the 15 may have slid up the racetrack just the slightest there. Wesley, you see him, he hits the apron, trying to regain control of that thing, and unfortunately just makes contact with the 4. And once you get sideways, there's really no saving that truck.
Well, I'll say this. There was contact. He did correct. Newbert backed off, but when the Newbert backed off, the 15 pulled up in front of him, and the contact still continued. Nobody's fault after the initial hit. And honestly, you're at the end of this race, under 5 laps to go. William Tiller, I call it, it's just racing, man. That's just a racing incident that just happened there.
Oh yeah, and this is a fun race, a clash race, a non-points event. These drivers just racing for checkered flags. If that was something during the season, I'm sure there would be a bit of a discussion. But here tonight, a racing move, and this is a racetrack where you have to go to the low side of the racetrack to really make any kind of effort to get around the guy ahead of you. And in that case, the 15, if you watch that replay all the way back, Wesley, the 15 was completely out of control, just trying to regain control of that truck. Unfortunately, makes contact with the 4, and that's what happens there.
Another caution as we get ready to try to go into overtime here. Overtime was a possibility if it got to the end of it, but pretty clean race for the most part, obviously, as we mentioned that there's 3 attempts at green-white checker if need be. And I'll be honest with you, William, we just saw him pit with under about 10 laps to go. I think everybody is right where they're at, where their bed's laid. They're not going to go anywhere. They're going to stay right there and love that track position to determine the finish.
Absolutely. Just as the folks at home, you should stay right here on the NASRA Racing YouTube channel or Facebook, whichever one you're watching along with us here. Go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button. Stay up to date with all the DSR Electric Truck Series action that's going to continue along here for the next, I believe, 23 weeks. Wesley, we're going to have quite the season. Or if you have a driver that you want to get involved in this series, I believe we can still get some part-time drivers here in this season. It's going to be an incredible season, Wesley. This is just a small sample piece of what folks at home can expect.
Yeah, and obviously, as you mentioned, going to be a fun time. We'll look at the upcoming schedule, or I can at least read it out to you a little bit. Obviously, tonight is the NASRA Clash. We've got the NASRA Duels at Daytona next week. Then we have week number 1 beginning on Thanksgiving week, or the week after Thanksgiving, on November the 27th. November the 27th, week 1, points racing at Daytona. Then we're going to be at Las Vegas, Phoenix, Homestead, Texas, the first couple of races. I will let you know we will be taking off for, obviously, Christmas. Looks like on New Year's Day, we're going to be racing at Texas. That's going to be fun on New Year's Day. I don't know how I'm going to be able to swing that, with obviously being caught up with football and everything else, but we'll figure it out. And obviously, we go all the way until May 6th. And then again, William Tiller will crown the champion, take off for a week, or not even maybe do another recruitment race, and then they fire back up for season number 4. Like literally, they don't take no time off, maybe a week or 2 if that, and then it's right back up, ready to go at it again.
Absolutely, just as these drivers are ready to get right back at it here on the racetrack as we watch the lights of the pace truck turn off here at the Twin Ring at Motegi. Got it right that time there, Wesley, as we have a Derek Donna watching along with us here, looking out for that 45 machine. I believe Dana Shepard just outside of the top 10, about the 12th position here on this restart. So in a good opportunity to possibly get a top 10 out of this Clash race. But as we come off of 2 here, Wesley, what do you expect here on this restart?
I mean, obviously we're going to go to overtime here. There's a couple of chances at overtime. If you're Cole Henriksen, you want to jump back out in front, be fast, be aggressive, quickly get to the lead. Obviously, we've seen how strong the truck is of the 27 of Steve Barnett. Usually in the 42, I'm impressed. He's going to have a shot on the outside. Joey Doucette, the 16, he's going to be right on the tailgate of the leader, Henriksen. He could probably try to push him and try to make something happen to me there at the end of the race race as well. And man, Jacob Reeves, one of our colleagues in the booth on Friday night for the NASRA broadcast of the Cobb Series, he is really doing well. He's in the top 5. He's in 4th. And I'm telling you, I think anybody right now within the top 10 could win this race. All up to Cole Hendrickson to see how he fires on the restart as that wraps up another Serve Pro caution. Green flag goes back in the air, and Hendrickson is gone. They're in the gas as they funnel back out into turn number 1. He'll bonsai to the top of the safer barrier and play blocker to the top and bottom into 1.
What a huge move out of the 101 to try to get to the high side, then the low side of the racetrack. Here goes the battle between the 16 and 57. They're back at it with one another. That's for 3rd on the racetrack. Down the backstretch, 57 on the high side. Look at that traffic jam heading into 3.
Into turn number 3 right now. Doucette powers to the bottom, makes the move on Reeves. He's got help with Lecty. Here comes the one of Jason Morales in the mix. And Cole Hendrickson, all he needs to do is work off turn 4. See that Darren snail gun repair, white flag. One more lap to go. He's in turn 1 for looking at the clash at Twin Ring Motegi for the final time into turn 1 and 2.
Just a few more corners await the 101's wire-to-wire victory here in the DSR Electric NASRA Clash as he takes the field down the backstretch. No pressure at all from Steve Barnett in the 27 machine. He takes us into 3 as the race leader.
He was the big winner of the big NASRA special event earlier a couple of months ago at Daytona. And now Cole Hendrickson's going to come to the line. He will try to hold off the likes of Barnett. Barnett made a daring move to try to go side by side for a photo finish. He can't get there. Cole Hendrickson will win the NASRA Clash at Twin Ring Motegi, Japan. Steve Barnett will settle for 2nd. Jacob Reeves will climb the ladder around Doucette to go to 3rd. On the scoring pylon, Doucette will fall to 4th. Adam Lecty, your top 5.
Look at Chris Cinnamon there in the 6th position. Going to be just 1 spot shy of that hard charger award. Jason Morales in 7th. Robbie Richards 8th. Stephen Gregory 9th. And Dana Shepard will finish inside of the top 10.
By the way, Raul Meza, hard charger of the race, as you mentioned, William Tiller, 16 spots up the scoring pylon for the Serve Pro number 37. Way to go for our buddy, of course, out of California. And right now, everybody is coming down on the pit road, and the celebration is on for the 101. Cole Hendrickson winning the NASRA Clash here tonight at Daytona, at Twin Ring Motegi in preparation of the duels and the big points race number 1 at Daytona in the next 2 weeks. Let's look at the results here tonight for the NASRA Clash in virtual Japan Twin Ring Motegi. There you see the top 18, Cole Hendrickson, Steve Barnett, Jacob Reeves 3rd. We'll grab them on the podium here soon. Joey Doucette, Adam Lecty. Chris Cinnamon, our friend of the North in Canada, a solid top 10 in 6th. Jason Morales 7th. Robert Richards is 8th. Stephen Gregory 9th. Dana Shepard, along with Raul Meza, highest climber of the race. Highest hard charger, I meant to say, finished in the 11th spot. Stephen Thomas 12th. Justin White is 13th. Brian Chu will finish 14th, followed by Jeffrey Johnson Jr., Lance Miller, Brandon Bullock, and Adam Newbert. William Tiller will be the top 18, as, of course, that's how they wrap them up here at Twin Ring Motegi.
Yeah, then you look at Joey Sires there in 19th, Ed Osborne 20th, Acme Proctor there in the 21st position, Adam Johnson there going to finish 22nd, the last truck on the lead lap. Chris Blanchard in the 9 going to finish in the 23rd, 24th. Hunter Parsons 25th. Fred Lester, Adam Newton 26th, and Brandon Broadfoot will round out our 27 truck field here tonight.
Three caution flags only to halt things here in this race. One attempted in overtime, and of course, when it's all said and done, it is the driver of Cole Hendrickson getting the win. Hey, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will grab the drivers on the podium. Top 3 will set the stage for Daytona and the duels next Monday night. And by the way, don't forget about all the other cool stuff at NASRA-racing.com, on social media, on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. We're back in a moment. This is the NASRA 360 Racing Network, and Cole Hendrickson, the winner tonight of the NASRA Clash. Hey, welcome back to coverage of the NASRA 360 Racing Network. The NASRA Clash at Twin Ring Motegi in virtual Japan did not disappoint on the iRacing Simulator. I'm Wesley Outland, William Tiller alongside, of course, Adam Fleeger handling our broadcast production tonight for the Monday series. Cole Hendrickson is in victory lane. Cole, congratulations, man. That 101 looked really, really strong. Nobody could catch you from start to checker, man. It looked really good to see that Toyota up in front. And I got to ask you this question. With this type of momentum you've got, is this making you consider running the Monday series full-time this year?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm doing it for sure. So I'm actually going to do the trucks and the Xfinity. So
Awesome.
yeah, ready to get to it. I'm fired up.
Yeah, Cole, we saw an absolute wire-to-wire performance out of you here tonight. You just mentioned you're fired up for the rest of the season. Man, as we head into those duels next week, we saw what you can do at a short track, flat style racetrack like Twin Ring. What are the folks in store for the 101 at Daytona?
Oh man, I compare myself to like Kyle Larson, but not in a good way at super speedways. Like I seem to always be able to get to the front, but I always get caught in a wreck. So I think I talked to you guys at that King of Daytona when I won that. I couldn't believe it because I always get wrecked at those things. So I don't know. I think we're just gonna go into that and probably for the most part take it easy until the end, and then I suppose once you get into 15 to go, that's when you got to take your brain out of your head, right?
All this, joining us again is Cole Hendrickson, the driver, of course, out of Corning, Iowa. I got to ask you this question, Cole. Where did the nickname Fluffy come from?
Okay, so I used to race. So I used to race RC cars like semi-professionally, which is why I have that R1 Works on the hood. I was a bigger guy, but I wasn't like huge, so everybody just started calling me Fluffy. My buddy Jalen Fairchild is who came up with it, but I lost a bunch of it. I lost like 80 pounds, so I mean, I still consider myself fluffy, but I'm a little less fluff. I got a trim job.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So we can call you Fluffy on the broadcast, right? Can we do that as your nickname?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Bud, listen, congratulations to you, Cole. Before we let you go, Bud, thank your sponsors, and obviously we'll see you at the duels at Daytona next Monday night.
Yeah, I just got to thank R1 Works. They've been with me. Tom Rinnerneck always supporting me. 101 Designs, that's my graphics company, so I did my own truck. Adams County Speedway. That's the track I announce at, so always good times
you
there.
You work with my friend Anthony Ansley, don't you? With
yeah, Double A.
Series?
Heck yeah, Double A.
Small world, I swear it is, man, for sure.
That's wild.
Anthony's good people. Small world, definitely. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, and then I guess the last one obviously is Highline Racing. The boys were kind of feeding me a little bit of info there. I didn't really need much. I guess I don't know why I felt so comfortable at this track. My first lap on it was with practice, so in this session, but all the boys ran well tonight. It sucks Hunter had that trouble, but I just think it's a good showing for our team. I know there's a little there's somebody, I don't know who it is, I'm so new to this, but they were questioning the speed our team had, but I think tonight showed what we're about to bring.
Hey, but listen, I know you're an announcer at Adams County Speedway, and obviously I know you enjoy sim racing, but you ever want to pop into the virtual broadcast booth, man? We might use you one night for sure, definitely.
Hey, I might have to do that.
Cole Hendrickson from Corning, Iowa, the land of the course where corn grows all over in the Midwest, and he gets the big win here in the NASRA Clash here at Twin Ring Motegi, the driver of that 101 machine, and of course carrying all that momentum, if you will, into the big duels. Of course, that'll be next week at Daytona. Let's grab Steve Barnett. He'll finish in the number 2 spot. And Steve, so close. Try to go for a photo finish at the line. I'm digging the new colors on the truck. What was the reason of the new wrap job, the new number change? But one thing that ain't changed is Hillbilly Racing. What a job for you finishing second tonight at a track that I don't think you've ever ran before.
No, I actually just bought the track about 8:30. Never ran it. I got about 15 laps of practice and then just kind of settled in, and I was like, this track's pretty cool. And now I'm sitting here.
Well, it works out pretty good. And, as Wesley mentioned, new paint scheme, new number. Is there a reason behind the change? Or are you just feeling the new digs? And I even said during the broadcast, maybe some new mojo in the cockpit of that 27.
Yeah, I was 42 is my racing number in real life, and last season didn't go too hot, and I said, I'll switch my number. So I picked 27, which is my dad's number, and see if that'd give me any luck.
Well, I guess it did. You got second. Man, that last restart, you had a run on him coming out of turn number 4. Do you feel like if maybe you would have pulled the trigger on the back stretch, you might have had a better good run to get him at the line trying to go for the photo finish on Hendrickson?
Yes and no. No, because he's my teammate, and I wasn't going to wreck us both out of a 1-2. If that wasn't my teammate, I'd probably be in victory lane.
Gotcha. Well, Bud, of course, Hotline Racing looking good, though, man. That's 1-2 tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Jason, for keeping this team together and bringing us all back and pulling Cole in. And shout out Dan Gobble for sponsoring the series. I'm going to dedicate this race to Dan.
Steve Barnett out of Brighton, Michigan, and the Highline Racing Hillbilly Custom Bates number 27 machine will finish his Toyota in the number 2 spot. We'll see you at Daytona next week, Steve.
See ya.
All right, now let's grab Jacob Reeves. He's our final man to grab an interview with tonight. And Jacob, it's always great chatting with you, whether it's in the broadcast booth or whether it is, of course, at the end of races. And the Rome, Georgia driver did really, really good, man. You finished in 3rd, and you were really making some big noise in this race. Your take of tonight.
Well, I'll be honest with you, that last green, white checkered, that was actually a surprise, to be honest with you. I was, starting on the outside, and man, we struggled in practice, man. We was trying to figure out where everybody was, just beating us on speed. And I was, talking to Robbie, my teammate. I was talking to him. I was like, look, try this, try that, or whatever. And then, hell, I was still struggling myself. So, but I mean, that last lap right there, that last green, white checkered, I just threw it in there and just tried to make it stick. And somehow or another got the momentum go around the outside. I was like, well, I may have a shot to win this. And then I saw 2 high lines up there in front of me. I was like, nah, I'll just be happy with 3rd at this point.
Jake, I mean, you were eager to get behind the wheel of that 57 in this series. You put on a great run. You saw, though, a little battle between you and the 16 Joey Doucette. Is that something you think we're going to see the rest of the season?
I hope so. I mean, Joey Doucette, he's an outstanding competitor. He made in the Championship 6 last season, and, he's done a lot of fantastic things in here in NASRA. And I know I'm the rookie kind of coming in here, but I want to try to give these guys a kind of a run for their money. So hopefully I can battle with some of the big dogs in here and see how I stack up.
Obviously, the driver out of Rome, Georgia, doing a phenomenal job in the broadcast booth, but you still have that niche for enjoying iRacing, man. What is it that you enjoy more?
Honestly, I mean, I love both, to be honest with you. I mean, I love to, sit in the rig and get behind the wheel and get out here and compete, but I also love to, use, my talents, I guess you could say, for announcing and everything, broadcasting and everything. And, a lot of people, they've heard me on Friday nights in the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series or over with other series and, other broadcasting organizations, and they all love it. And they love the redneck announcers, what they've been calling me here lately. So, honestly, I love both of them. I can't really pick a favorite out of both of them. I love both of them.
Oh, man. Well, listen, you go get them. Now, you're going to make a run for the championship this year on the Monday series, ain't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm with Mission 1 Esports over there with Brady LaBeouf and Robbie Richards, Phil Pappas, and Tim Hammonds, I believe. Yeah, all of us. We're going to make a run for it this year.
Now, where was the boss at tonight? Where was the defending champion Brady LaBeouf at tonight? He just decided to take a night off?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think so. I mean, hell, if he won the championship last season, I guess you can take the clash off if you want to at that point.
Oh, man. Well, Brady, Jacob, always great catching up with you, bud. Thanks for your time, man. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to thank DSR Electric for coming along board this season. Motegi Entertainment, NASRA 360 Racing Network, Motegi set up shops on the truck, Podium Esports for all they've done. I mean, all the sponsors, my family, my friends. the good Lord above for giving me the opportunity to do this stuff, man. I'm a blessed man. I really am, Wesley. I am a blessed man.
Keep on rocking and rolling, my friend. From Rome, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen, that's Jacob Reeves. He'll finish in the number 3 spot. That's going to wrap up our post-race wrap-up from Twin Ring Motegi. William Tiller, your final take of this race. It was a fast race, 50 laps, entertaining at its finest. We saw the dominance of Cole Hendrickson. I think it's a nice way to see a lid lifter of some of the new names. Obviously, the new trucks, the new colors, but the new talents in closing of who we better be watching beginning next Monday night with the duels and 2 weeks with the first points race. I think we've got a nice recruitment balance based of new talent coming in to take on the old veterans. And I say that in no disrespect, the previous racers of the DSR Electric Series. And always fun working with you, buddy. Your final take of tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this racetrack, it's a new racetrack to a lot of us. It was a new racetrack for me up here in the booth. It was a new racetrack for some of these drivers. You just heard it from one of them. They bought the racetrack 15 minutes before this race started, Wesley. So tonight's action, as you mentioned it, we got to see some of those new names, new color schemes, and some names that we do know in new trucks, new numbers, new teams. So it's a good opportunity to write those new names down, write those new numbers down, really lock yourself in. Gives us an opportunity up here in the booth as well. And you touched on it, Wesley. It's going to be that mix of rookies from last year that are now going to race full-time here, rookies coming in this season, and guys that have been in here since the beginning that are still chasing that first championship. I think we're going to have an absolutely incredible season, and you want to tune into those dual races next week. Those are so much fun to tune into.
Yeah, the duels at Daytona, again, will be next, of course, on Monday night. They will be highly entertaining, obviously. They're, twin 25-lappers, twin 50-lappers. And honestly, it just kind of sets the stage, if you will, for the big race coming up in 2 weeks when the points are on the line in the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. Follow more with NASRA at, of course, NASRA-racing.com, the official website of the NASRA program. The NASRA 360 Racing Network is also on Facebook and YouTube. Replays will be available as soon as we go off the air. Thank you to Adam Flieger working on the production. We had a little technical woes, but we quickly got it resolved, and we got on the air just with a couple of laps into the race, and you were able to see the wild finish with Cole Hendrickson winning at Twin Ring Motegi in the NASRA Clash. It's on to the virtual World Center of Racing next Monday night. For Brady LaBeouf, Cody Knott, TJ Moore, the race director, and everybody with NASRA, for Adam Flieger, William Tiller, this is Wesley Outland. Congratulations again to Cole Hendrickson, winner tonight at the NASRA Clash. We'll see you at Daytona next Monday.